Title: My grandmother passed away from cancer, and I'm still learning how to live without her. I never thought I'd be one of those people posting long, heartfelt stories on Reddit. But here I am, pouring my soul into this because my heart feels so heavy and I don't know where else to go. I lost my grandmother to cancer a few months ago, and the emptiness feels so endless. She wasn't just my grandmother, she was my best friend, my safe place, my compass in a world that often feels confusing and chaotic. My grandmother was an incredible woman. She had this warmth about her, a magnetic energy that made everyone feel safe. When I was a kid, I'd spend every weekend at her house. We'd bake cookies, watch old movies, and she'd tell me stories about her life. She grew up during a time that always felt like a different world to me. One without smartphones, where she and her sisters would play outside until dusk and return home covered in mud, with a smile on their faces. Her stories were magical, and I could listen to them for hours. Last year, she was diagnosed with cancer. At first, we all thought, she'll beat this. She was the strongest person I knew. She had survived the Great Depression, lost 2 husbands, and raised 3 kids on her own while working multiple jobs. Cancer? It felt like just another thing she'd overcome. But this was different. It was aggressive. The doctors said it was already in the late stages, and there wasn't much they could do. My heart shattered when I heard that, but I tried to stay positive. I visited her every day, bringing little things to brighten her room. Flowers, her favorite books, some of the old black and white movies we used to watch together. As the months went on, I could see her slipping away. She was still the same grandmother, but there was a different kind of tiredness in her eyes. She used to be so vibrant, so full of life, and now she was weak and fragile. She still tried to put on a brave face for us, always saying, "Don't worry about me, sweetheart. I'm ready for whatever comes." She had this beautiful acceptance that I both admired and resented. I wasn't ready to let her go. The last time I saw her, she was in a lot of pain. I held her hand, and she looked at me with this softness in her eyes that I'll never forget. She told me how proud she was of me, how much she loved me, and then she asked me to let her go. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like she knew her time was up, and she wanted me to be okay with it. I was choking back tears, but I nodded. I told her I loved her, that I'd always carry her with me. The next morning, she was gone. Since then, everything feels so muted. I find myself crying in random places, at the grocery store when I see her favorite snacks, when I'm in bed alone at night, or even in the middle of work meetings. The world seems to move on, but I'm stuck in this loop, missing her, wanting one more day. I can still smell her perfume in her favorite scarf that I keep next to my bed. I find myself going through her old letters, rereading the words she left behind, trying to hold on to her in whatever way I can. I never understood grief until now. People say it gets better with time, that you learn to live with the pain, but I don't know if I believe that yet. It feels like a wound that just won't heal. Some days are okay, I can laugh and feel normal, but other days it's like I'm drowning in memories, and the loss is so intense it feels physical. I know she'd want me to be happy. She'd tell me to go out and live my life, to carry her memory forward with joy, not sadness. So, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to remember her laughter, her stories, and the love she gave me, rather than the pain of losing her. It's going to be a long road, but I want to believe that one day I'll be able to think of her without crying, that I'll feel grateful for the time we had instead of broken by the time we lost. Thanks for reading. Hug your loved ones a little tighter today. Life is so fragile, and it's easy to take it for granted. I know I did until it was too late.